Oh, we're not done with you yet, Mr. God. We've still got some questions about why you allow so much crap in the world. What do you have to say for yourself? Why don't you man up and come down here and face up to all the crap in the world? Oh yeah, you already did that. My bad. Sorry for the interruption. Please resume being awesome at overseeing the universe.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
If God is all-powerful, can he create a rock that he can't move? I offer an answer to that in my audiobook, Weapon of Mass Destruction. Hope you'll check it out at alfonsorachel.com. But come on, God, disease, war, famine, this stuff sucks. What you gonna do about it? It's funny that people demand God answer them, even if it's just to mock or challenge his existence, yet they don't want to answer to God. God is giving you the guidelines to avoid disease, war, and famine, and a manual to avoid the ills of humanity. But man's response to it is that it's intolerant, and it's archaic, and whatever else, and would instead rather make the same complaints man has been making throughout history, not realizing that after all this time, mankind's way is the problem. I don't need God. He can't tell me what to do. God, why does the world suck so hard? Mankind wants to worship science as if it has all the answers and then curse science for the crap that it yields, while thinking science is the answer even though science is always having to change its tune. From the pharmaceutical industry to the farming industry. I just want relief from migraines. Why does this medication have to make my butt itch and my hair smell like cat food? People get angry about the livestock and agriculture industry with bad breeding, hormones, antibiotics, pesticides, and GMOs, and how it's affecting people with heart disease and colon cancer, hypertension, various infections and whatnot. And then look at God like he's cruel when he has full-on hedonistic tribes put to death, even their livestock, because that's what they were doing. Not only were they sacrificing their own children, practicing cannibalism, bestiality, all-out disease-spreading and dysfunctional condition causing sexual immorality, forced slavery, etc., which is why God had these wickedly oppressive, murderous people killed, mind you, they also breeded livestock without ethics, and in manners that would compromise the health of the consumer, which results in disease and death. We see it today. This is why God would even have their livestock destroyed, because God didn't want the Hebrews consuming corrupted meat as a spoil of war, and didn't want those animals going off spreading disease and just going off and dying and rotting somewhere. We blame God for disease, but we do the very things that invite disease. We want to blame God for his cruel solutions to destroy the badly bred animals, but don't want to look at the ones in the Bible who bred them badly. On top of that, the animals may very well have been unclean animals that certainly would have been dangerous for consumption at that time anyway. But why is there disease? Dude, the earth is not in a perfect state. It has things in it that suck. If it didn't, it wouldn't be earth now, would it? It would be paradise. People are funny. They want a perfect world, but don't want the one who can make it that way. But why does God create evil and disease? The Bible says God created good and evil. Yep, sure does. But you're looking at it like God just decided he would create this monster and let it free in the universe. Nope. The universe really can't exist without opposing factions. Even God refers to himself as opposing factions. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. It takes positive and negative forces for the universe to exist. The sun's gravity is a negative drawing the Earth to it. The inertia of the Earth is a positive that wants it to continue off into space. But if the positive force was too strong and the Earth broke its orbit, that would become a negative. That separation would really suck. Well, that's how evil works. Evil is a personification of a negative. And upon separation from God was a negative personified as evil. So God created the dynamic of positive and negative, yes, and they work in harmony together to perpetuate our universe. But a separation of these factions means negative could also be manifested in a behavior of a creature with the capacity for moral judgment. So when mankind made the choice to separate from God, that would be a state of disharmony with our relationship with God. And due to that separation with perfection, you can't expect things to operate perfectly. So now, just as we are not of one accord with God, our bodies do not operate as one accord with its user. Because we are beings of free will, we are basically free radicals to God, just as we would have free radicals in our own bodies. They operate outside of proper function, and it creates chaos in your body, just as we operate separate from our function and creates chaos in the world God created for us to live in peace in. But no, we want to do things our own way and then complain about how much the world sucks. We weren't meant to experience disease, but the body had to be made with what could become a disease, as the universe is constructed with positive and negative forces. So yes, God created disease, but it wasn't meant for us to experience. Kind of like how God created water. Water's supposed to hydrate us, but now you can drown in it. Our immune system is supposed to work with us, but now that we're separated from God, our immune systems can operate separate from us. It's what's called an autoimmune disease. So God created disease, but not so much in the way that you think he did. Disease is a state of dis-ease. Things are supposed to operate in your body a certain way. Now they're not guaranteed to. There'll be things in your body that will separate from its normal routine, just as we are separate from God. Again, Jesus already proved that he could cure disease. He was murdered for it. And today, people ridicule it, saying how ridiculous it is that Jesus would rub dirt in somebody's eye and cure him. That's not ridiculous. Jesus be like, yeah, I can heal you with dirt. Know why? Because I made you out of it. I'm basically putting plaster on this dude. Well, you could have warned me first before you threw dirt in my eye, Jesus. Pretty much everything that's found in living creatures is found in the soil. Don't know why you think it's so weird that you're made from it. You can't prove that you weren't. Remember, Jesus always pointed back to the scriptures and would basically say, if you really know the scriptures, then you should know who I am. I can heal mankind with dirt because remember how in the scriptures someone made you from it? Yeah, I'm that dude. I'm Alfonso Rachel with Zonation, and we'll pick this up in the next Zonation. In the meantime, hope you'll check out and keep spreading the word about my band, 20 Pound Sledge. I actually have to plug that because despite the fact that I got drums in the background, guitars, bass, and so on, people who've been listening to Zonation for a long time be like, I didn't know you were in a band.